is Stephanie Treasure, and welcome to this live stream. I am streaming here live on Tuesday, July 29th at 10, well, it's 10 o'clock my time, should be 11 o'clock Eastern your time if you're on the Eastern time zone. If you're tuning in on the replay, thank you so much for giving this your time and for joining me here on the replay to hear what this is all about, which, trust me, you definitely want to tune in for this because I'm going to share with you how my clients and I are booking our programs from our content. So if this is something that appeals to you, if this is something that you want to know how to do, you want to master because you know what the power of this, or if you're in a place where you're looking to learn the magic of using content to bring in more clients into your programs, comment below with the word preview. Comment below with the word preview. Even if you're joining me on the replay, go ahead and comment below with the word preview. I'm going to go ahead and check on my end to make sure that the audio is coming through as it should and you can hear and see me. And then I'm going to continue. So again, thank you so much for joining me, giving this your time. And I'm going to, let me see here. I actually turned the volume down on my phone. Okay, I can hear myself and see myself. So I know that I'm live. And what I will do as well, because I did share an email to let all my subscribers know that I was logging on here. So to make it easy for you to find me, and you're probably going to find me because of what I'm about to do, I'm just going to tag you to make sure that you're also notified here on Facebook where to find the live streams, the live stream. All right, so I've commented below. I've used the everyone tag. I checked volume once again. All right, let's dive in. So if you are new to me here, new to this space, or haven't really been paying attention or haven't been able to catch one of these live streams, I'm Stephanie Treasure, the host and founder of this space that you're in, the Marketing Strategies to Grow and Scale. I'm an online marketing strategist and business coach, and I support women coaches, consultants, and service-based business owners to get more visible and show up as an expert and leverage that to call in more clients, more opportunities, and to be able to grow and scale their business while making a bigger impact. So if that somehow describes you and your mission, your vision, what you're holding, what you're looking to bring about for your business, you're in the right place. So again, comment below with the word preview if based on what I'm sharing here in terms of what I'm going to be going through today, which is how my clients and I are calling in more clients, how we are booking our programs for our content. Comment below with the word preview. Comment below with the word preview. I realize that the title is not showing up in my caption here, but that's fine. I'm going to proceed. I'm going to update that afterwards. So I wanted to kind of share, to kind of set and frame what I'm going to share with you today around this. I wanted to kind of dive into the reason why, or at least one reason, one viewpoint why your content marketing is so important and an integral part of what you should be doing, what you should work into either your day-to-day or your week in order to bring in more of your ideal clients. Okay. Now, content pretty much is your currency online. If you haven't queued into that as yet, if you're doing some consuming, you're already a part of the process because, as you can see, the people that you are tuning into and logging on for and looking for their videos or their reels or their live streams or their written content, they already have you captivated because they have shown up. They're creating content, they're putting things out there, they're producing so that you can consume. You're either consuming information about a problem that you have and different ways that you can solve that problem, or about things that entertain you, or content as it relates to current affairs, content as it relates to how the financial markets are doing, content as it relates to any area of your life that you're looking to get more information on, you're looking to learn more about, you're looking to bring about more in your life, or you're looking to, again, like I said, be entertained. Okay. So it's your way in terms of as in this space, we're all coaches, consultants, we're all entrepreneurs, business owners of some sort. And you may have noticed that your colleagues are also creating content, because this is what gets to your would-be consumer or your would-be client in terms of what they're seeking to find, what they're searching for, what they're looking to bring about, the problems that they're looking for, looking to find solutions around. They're looking for content like yours or content within your area of expertise. So content should be a regular part of your business. This is something that you should be avidly working on. And it doesn't mean that you have to do it every day, because there's systems around creating content in advance, which I'm going to go into. But content marketing is part of your brand. It's part of how your brand gets seen. It's part of how your brand and your business gets found. Okay, so this is your currency online. This is your way of advertising, if you will. There's people right now that are paying to have their content seen. They're either paying to be on stages, or they're paying to write for certain publications that gets seen by thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of readers. They're paying money. They're paying, putting ad spend or putting dollars towards getting their content in those places or on those platforms, so that it can be seen by more people. You have a platform right now. Once you're on social media, once you have, even if you have a website, you have your own platforms, and there's ways to leverage those platforms so that it gets seen not only by the people that have already chosen to follow you and already know who you are and what you do, but people who don't. And both audiences, those who you're trying to reach, to bring into your pool and onto your platforms, as well as those that are in your platforms, are potential clients. For the most part, by and large, they wouldn't be following you. They wouldn't have signed up. They wouldn't have opted in. They wouldn't have hit the like button. They wouldn't be consuming your content if they weren't interested in the work that you do. So your task and you're challenged with creating content, staying present, staying relevant, speaking to your ideal clients in a way that they can understand, and showing them the vision of what could be when they work with you. All this can be weaved into your content, so that whenever someone sees your content, reads your content, watches your live stream, watches your video, they head straight to the front of the line and inquire about your services. I've had that happen, and my clients have had that happen as well. And I want to give you some insight, a preview, if you will, into how this can work for you as well. So again, based on what you've heard so far, if you know that you're looking to bring in more clients and you want to learn how to do that with your content, comment below with the word preview. Comment below with the word preview. So here is a rule that, if you've been following me for a while, you've heard me say this. And if you are doing your research as it relates to marketing, you may have come across this. For some of you, you may be hearing this for the first time. So there is a rule that Google came up with some years ago, right? And it's called the 7-11-4 rule. 7-11-4 rule, okay? And this is a rule that Google created to give some perspective as to when and how and why, when people Google you or they search for, something as it relates to the work that you do, and they find you, they're going to go through the 7-11-4 rule touch points or steps before they consider or seriously consider working with you or inquiring about your services. Okay, so let me break it down, and I'm going to go into it a little bit. Let me bullet point it rather, then I'm going to go into it some more. So the rule states that as soon as a prospective client or prospect, whether they find you on the internet or on a stage or whatever the case might be, as soon as they find out about who you are, they're going to endeavor to consume, and not that they make this plan, but by and large, before they make that first point of contact in terms of seriously inquiring about your business, like I said, this is not a strict rule, but this is what tends to be the case. They're going to consume 7 hours of your content across 11 different touch points on 4 different platforms before they're warmed up and ready to make that first inquiry. So it seems like a lot, it looks like a lot, and it may feel like a deterrent, or it may feel like a big wall, a big barrier for you to climb over when you think of, wow, do I even have 7 hours of content? And even if I do I have to wait that long for people to engage with me? And the answer is no. All right. But if you think of this rule, though, just to give you another perspective, if you think of what I just said, okay, I repeat that. Your prospective client, when they come into knowing of, the knowing, or they come into your space and they find you on the internet, or they find you from speaking on a stage, they're going to endeavor to consume 7 hours of content across 11 different touch points on 4 different platforms. When you think of that in the context of another rule is when a new lead enters your funnel, they'll stay in your funnel and traverse along your client journey at a pace on their own, depending on their circumstances, but not only depending on their circumstances, just in terms of how people kind of build and engender trust, or feel like they trust you before inquiring about your services. That time that they spend in your funnel between the time that they opt in or follow you or like you or jump into your Facebook group to the time that they actually make a purchase could be anywhere from 1 to even 6 months or 9 months or more. Okay? Before that lead, if for lack of a better word, thinking of, comparing this to fruits here, before they mature, before they come to that stage where they want to seriously inquire about working with you. And what I want to share in today's live stream, in today's mini training, is how you can influence that, or what you can do as it relates to your content to have that process speed up, as I am putting forth to you that I have done and my clients have done. Okay, so if you have any questions about I don't want to spend too much time on the 7-11-4 rule, but I wanted to give you that as some context. So I want to jump into what I wanted to share here today. But if you have any questions about this, feel free to DM me, send me a message here on Facebook, or post below with your question. Okay. And as it relates to the content marketing piece, this is one of the modules. This is one of the things that we're going to spend quite a bit of time on in my Coaching Impact and Profits 6-week container that is going to be launching in a few days. It's called Coaching Impact and Profits, where we go deeper into building a system that takes you from unpredictable months to sustainable recurring monthly revenue. And this, I know, is a stuck point for many of the coaches that come to work with me, in terms of not only what they want to be making, what they want to see in any one month in their business, but how to make that consistent. So I have clients that come to me who are looking to attain the 5K month recurring revenue level. People who are looking at their next level based on where they are, probably steady 2,000 to 3,000 per month, and they want to get to 5K months recurring revenue consistently. I have people who come to me who want to get to 10K months consistently as they head on to their 6-figure year. And I have clients who come to me who want to be upwards of 30K months in their business as they are working to create multiple 6 figures in their businesses. Okay. So in the Coaching Impact and Profits 6-week program, what we're going to be diving into is the 6 key things from mindset to content marketing to launching your events to creating a sales process that brings in private clients to lengthening your client your client's lifetime value so that you have people going from one program to the next or continuing to re-sign with you in your programs, thereby allowing you to have multiple avenues by which clients are coming in, as well as layered income that can allow you to be able to realize your target income each month and have that happen on a recurring and consistent basis. That's what we're covering in the Coaching Impact and Profits program, which I'm really, really excited about. And I'm actually going to launch, or I'm launching, or going to host for you a preview of that program, giving you a taste of what we're going to be covering in that program. This preview starts next week, August 4th, and runs through August 6th. And I'd love to have you join me for that. So comment below with the word preview if you'd like to be a part of this preview experience, where I'm going to be taking you through, again, giving you a taste of what we're covering in this program that can support you to have sustainable, recurring monthly revenue at the level that you want to have it in your business, whatever that next level looks like for you, and how to continue to create that consistently so that you can scale your business from there. Okay. So comment below for preview, and I will share more information about how to join me for this 3-day preview event, which I'm calling Coaching Profits Activation. All right. So let me dive into what I want to share with you today. So how my clients and I are filling our programs from our content. So you want to make sure that your content in terms of what you're posting, right? So the quality, not necessarily the quantity, okay? And you may have heard me share before that you don't necessarily need to live on social media and become a social media butterfly and dance and do all the things in order to bring on clients. Yes, content marketing is key, and you can share your content and get it seen and found by leveraging social media, but you don't necessarily have to live on the platform for that to happen, okay? And so the quality of what you share matters, okay? So you may be seeing people, or you may have done this. I have done this. I'll start with me and I'll raise my hand. Give me the raise hand emoji if this is you as well. I'll lead the pack and admit that I've been there as well. And I have posted quotes by the greats, by Wayne Dyer, by Brian Tracy, Zig Ziglar, and those folks as a way to keep showing up on my platforms, keep the content coming consistently, and to be able to post multiple times per day, so that I don't want people to forget about who I am and that I exist, and I want for them to inquire about my services. But that kind of content does not sell. That kind of content does not reach your people in the way that you want to reach them, that will activate them to want to take action to reach out to work with you. Okay? Sorry to break it to you. It's fine to share that, once in a while on your stories as part of a larger point, but that's not the kind of content that's going to necessarily just posting these quotes and just repeating what these gurus have said as it relates to motivation and inspiration. Yes, people like to be inspired, people like to be motivated, but guess what? You can be that inspiration, you can be that motivator when you share content in the way that I'm going to share with you today. So you want to make sure that your content is creating what I call in marketing that know, like, and trust. Okay. People don't necessarily want to do business with you because they specifically like the program, or they specifically based on how you say that you support your clients, they're like, yes, that is what I want. They are looking at the rudiments of your program, yes, But there's also a factor in terms of you. They want to do business with you specifically because let's face it, for the work that you do, the work that I do, there are tons of people that do the same thing. But the people that come your way, it's something to do with you in terms of what they know about you, what they like about you, and the kind of trust that they have for what you're bringing to the table. And if you think about the way that you make decisions for the things that you buy with your daughters, it's the same kind of thing that comes into play. Yes, you're looking at the quality of the thing that you're purchasing, but you also are looking at what you like about the location where you're buying it, or the staff that works there, or the owner, or the ambiance, right? Whatever it is about that location where you can buy this thing, there's some other things that you're buying into that surpasses the actual thing itself that you're paying for. And so when you think about that as it relates to your content, it's the same thing. Once you can portray in your content or weave into your content these three things, or the kind of things that bring about that, having your clients feel like they know you, your brand, they kind of, you get to a point where when you're talking or when I'm doing live streams like this, my people who have been following me for a while can kind of predict what I'm going to say or predict how I would act or predict what my opinion is on certain things. You want them to get to a point where they like you, they genuinely like what you stand for, what you talk about, the quirkiness in the way that you show up, or the professionalism in the way that you show up. And you want them to have usually when you know a person, you like a person, that's when the trust grows, that's when the trust builds. And when that happens, they can easily and more easily make a decision to buy your products or buy into your coaching programs. Make sense? So again, comment below with the word preview if you want to learn how to master this, as I'm going to be sharing with you how we're doing this in the Coaching Impact and Profits 6-week program through the preview event that's happening next week, August 4th. So the kind of content that builds a know, like, and trust factor, when it comes to knowing who you are, what is it? Think about what it is that people need to know about why you're here, the way that you work, what you believe in, what your intention is, what your truth is in terms of how you're showing up as a coach or a consultant to do the kind of work that you do. So content that falls under this category would be content around your brand's why, right? Or your business why, your personal why. Why is this a mission for you? Why is this so important? Why have you come forth and come forward to do this work and to share this content around your work? Okay. You want to share your values. You want to share your philosophy, your story, your candid truths. Sharing information about how you work with clients, giving people that behind the scenes in terms of how you're supporting your clients. So if you want to get creative with reels, for instance, you could possibly do a time-lapse video of you on a client call or you creating something for your clients. There is a lady, this is another niche. There's a lady that I follow on YouTube who is a nutrition coach, and not just a nutrition coach, but she specifically helps her clients to transition to a plant-based diet, which she believes is very healing for them, not only from a weight loss standpoint, but in terms of healing certain health issues that they may have. And one of the videos that she shared was her creating a dish specifically for a client that had asked her to prepare this specific dish. And she, instead of just doing it, she actually, did the video to show us how to do it as she was preparing it for her client. Okay. So we got that little behind the scenes, which became its own video on her channel, which has been viewed thousands of times. Okay. So that's one way to create the know factor. Okay, sharing your business why, sharing your why, sharing your values, your mission, what you stand for, what you believe in, your company philosophy, your story, your truth. Okay, another thing that you want to weave into your content is that likability. Okay, not that you're trying to win a popularity content contest, but showing up as you are, talking about the work that you do, sharing your passion, sharing what you truly believe in. And as you show up, that relationship, that likability just naturally builds. Okay. So be open, and you don't have to be open in terms of sharing intimate details about family and about you and your personal stuff. But there's so much more to you as relates to the personal stuff and anything that you hold dear and true that you would never share on social media. There's so much more that you can share that will still build that likability with your audience. So content that inspires people, content, being conversational with your audience, jumping on a live stream as I'm doing here today, starting and igniting this conversation, which usually when I do this, I have some conversation and comments back and forth. When you comment, we have conversations right here on the video, on the live stream, and we have conversations on private message or via email. So as you can see, I'm very approachable, very conversational with my audience. And I believe that has allowed me to get to know and like you. And I'm hoping that you feel the same way in terms of how you see me. Okay. So show your personality and style. Share fun behind the scenes footage, images, video, live streams, little tidbits. Um, Allowing your audience to have a voice, so allowing them to also share with you, comment or share or ask for opinions, do polls. These are ways that you can engender that likability with your audience. And then in terms of trust, okay, when people get to know you and like you, that trust starts to grow, okay? But there's things that you can share that really will have people feel like they're in a safe space when they're in your space, when they're in your Facebook group or, on your email list or if they're following you on social media, they know that, there's things that you can do to have them feel safe with you, okay? So some of those things would be social proof. And one of my favorite examples to give of this is Weight Watchers or any kind of weight loss program where you show those before and after pictures. That visual is very powerful, and it makes you feel like, wow, this weight loss system must be good because look how these people were able to lose weight. Real people just like me who went on this program and they were able to totally transform the way that they look. Okay. So sharing testimonials would be a way that you can share social proof, having conversations with your clients, being very open, inviting them on a live stream to talk about their transition or their rather transformation, having what they went through what they experienced when they went through your programs. You want to share content rich information so that people really hear how you talk about the work that you do, how you talk about the industry, how you talk about the trends, how you talk about your method, your framework. These kinds of things will allow your audience to feel safe around you, feel safe in your space, feel safe to jump into your programs. All right. So in terms of the quality of your content, you want to share things around that in these three buckets so that your people really feel into who you are. They get to know about the work that you do and the mission behind the work that you do, the passion that you have for it, and how others' lives are being changed with this work. The other thing that you want to be sure of as it relates to your content and what has supported me and my clients is the consistency of it all. Showing up with some kind of a consistency, deciding what works for you, and training your audience to know that every Tuesday you're going to see me produce long form content in the way of a live stream in my Facebook group. That's one of the ways that I stay in touch and stay consistent with my audience. Another way that you can stay consistent is by saying, all right, you can look for a podcast from me every other week, or you're sharing content, rich posts in the written form on a certain day. It could be Truth Thursdays, like a theme called Truth Thursdays, where you share some kind of a compelling thought or even a polarizing thought, viewpoint or perspective in the written form on your platforms, on social media, and via email. Okay. So you want to develop that consistency, create that cadence so that you're always present. People can know when to hear from you, or what they can hear from you, and what to expect from you. And the good thing about this, and what I'm going to be teaching in the Coaching Impact and Profits 6-week program, is a system around how you can do this again without necessarily being on social media every day. Okay, so we have a system that allows us to create content in 30-day batches, in 60-day batches, in 90-day batches, and not just fluff content, again, not just quotes from the gurus or greats, but content within the buckets that I shared with you, content that portrays the work that you do, the passion that you have, content that talks about your offers and talks about the transformation that you support your clients with, so that your audience, whenever they're tuning in and plugging in, they can hold that vision for themselves of what it would be like to work with you as well. And that's what will have them making those inquiries, reaching out to you even quicker than, even before having watched your content for 7 hours across 11 different touch points on 4 different platforms. Okay. Once you really develop that way to talk to your clients in a way that they want to hear, in a way that will build that know, like, and trust factor, in a way that showcases your expertise, why you do the work that you do, the transformation that you take your clients through, they literally can come into your funnel today, and by the end of the week, they're a paid clients, right? They're a paid client. They're paying clients. Let me just look over. I don't want to leave anything out. So we're always showing up, my clients and I, and speaking to our ideal clients. Preceding all of this, of course, is really knowing knowing the voice of your ideal clients, knowing the problems that they face, knowing the solutions that they want to have, because you can work and weave that into your content as well, within even within those 3 buckets, so that you're not speaking as if you're tone deaf. You're speaking as somebody who understands your clients. You can relate to your clients, and you can convey to them, they can hear from you, your belief, your passion for supporting them, and your belief that they too will experience transformation once they come and step into your programs and go through your framework, go through your process, and they're mentored and coached by you to achieve that vision and that end result that they're after. All right. Let me know if any of this is hitting home for you. Let me know if you have any questions. As I mentioned before, this is actually just one area of what we're going to cover in the Coaching Impact and Profits program. This is a 6-week accelerator, if you will, where we're going to be going deep into this content marketing piece, as well as the other aspects of a well-rounded system that will allow you to create sustainable income, not something where you have a big cash month or a big sales month, and then the next month is low and it probably stays that way for a few months before you experience another big cash month. But rather, I'm going to be sharing with you how to have recurring monthly revenue at the level you want to see it in your business. Some of you, again, are heading for 5K months consistently. Some of you are headed for 10K months consistently. Some of you may be headed for 30K months consistently. I'm going to give you these 6 pillars that will get you there in the Coaching Impact and Profits 6-week program. That program is going to start next month. And if you'd like to kind of get a preview in terms of how we're going to roll in that program, how it's going to change the game for how you do business, how you do your content, how you do your launches, how you do sales, how you're supporting your clients, how you are creating that recurring monthly revenue in your business so that it's you can count on it, you can set your watch by it, you can feel safe in what you're bringing in your business each month. I'm going to be showing you a preview of this program next week, August 4th to 6th, in what I'm calling my Coaching Profits Activation series. Okay, it's a 3-day series that I'm going to be taking you through starting next week. So comment below with the word preview if you'd like an invitation to join us. Comment below with the word preview. I will comment below as well. And if you're joining me on the replay, go ahead and comment below with the word preview. So during these 3 days, here's what you're going to learn. I'm going to be sharing with you how to elevate your presence so that your clients will see you as the obvious choice. All right. And that's part of what you can do with your content as well, because the more you share the kind of content that I've shared with you here, the more consistent you are with the content, the more your people will see that, yes, this is the coach that I want to work with to support me to create that vision that I've been holding for my life or for my business. If you're working B2B, you want them to see you as such, and that makes it an easy yes to step into your programs. I'm going to be also sharing with you the marketing moves that actually convert without necessarily living on social media. And I'm going to share with you the missing link between your visibility and booking out your offers. All right. So if you are ready for the kind of growth that will take your business to that next level, the kind of sales growth that you're looking for, that will bring you from a certain range of income into that next range. If you're looking to do that sustainably so that you don't have to every month wonder, what am I going to do this month to make money? What am I going to do this month to bring in clients? But rather, you're going to be operating from a place where there's certain systems in place for your launches, for your programs, for your re-signs, for your sales process that has you bringing in business each month, even if you're not launching each month, or at least having you have predictable income each month, even when you're not bringing on a client every single month. All right. So we're going to be covering this again in the Coaching Impact and Profits program. And I am excited to give you a preview into that. So you're pretty much going to be working with me over these 3 days in the Coaching Profits Activation event. So comment below with the word preview, and I'll get you the details to join me. We start on August 4th, and we're going through to August 6th. All right. And if you have any questions as it relates to this, what I've covered here today, send me a private message. Let's have a conversation there. I know many of you have done it. Some of you don't know that you can do that. I'm here for you. Reach out to me, pose any questions that you have, or if you want to post it here in the comments of this live stream, you're welcome to do that as well. But be sure to comment with the word preview so that you don't miss out on the details for the Coaching Profits activation, which goes live next week. All right. So I'm going to sign off here. I don't see any live questions. So reach out to me via Messenger, comment below with the word preview, and I will be in touch. Thank you for tuning in. See you soon. Bye.